Hey, welcome to the series of Passing Sure Looks Easy. Hi, my name is Ben Ong and I'm from 88tuition. All right, so this question appears in the PSLE 2021 paper, right? I call it the colorful beads, all right? Let me just change a little bit from the beads, let's change to marbles for this question, okay? Let's take a look. There were some brown and green marbles in the box, all right? So in the beginning, the box got brown and green only. The green marbles were 40% of the total number of marbles. All right, so this is the very first clue. So usually for the first clue, when I see something, I will just pick up and write it somewhere first. All right, because this will be very important for me later. Do you know that 40% can also be written as 40 over 100? Can? And if I reduce it to the simplest term, it will be 2/5. All right. So usually when I see percentage, I'll try to work with fractions or even ratio. That's even better. All right. So what happens here? The green marble, we know that the green, let me summarize it a bit, were 40% means what? Can be written as 2/5. The total, have you seen this before? A fraction in between two items, you can safely say that what? The 2 units represents the green and the 5 units represents the total, which means that the brown is 3 units. Very good. Now, let's move on to the second clue. When some yellow marbles are added, in the beginning only got brown and green. So now some yellow were added. All right. And what happened? When the yellow were added, the number of green is now 26% of the total number of marbles. So this 26%, right? Can I purposely put it as 26 over 100? All right. I can also actually reduce to the simplest term as 13 over 50. Divide by 2, divide by 2, equivalent fraction. Is that okay? Yeah. So the second clue is what? After adding of the yellow, the green is what? Is actually 26 over 100 or 13 over 50, the total. So similarly, you have seen this in school. All right, if you're comparing two items and there's a fraction in the center, the numerator is for the front, the denominator is for the back. Okay, so there's so much information down here. Yeah. And actually, what is happening here? Yellow was added into the box, right? Correct. So actually, the green and the brown should remain the same in the box. Correct or not? So in the beginning, I have this amount of green and brown. At the end, I will still have the same amount of green and brown. This is what I call repeated identity. Only the yellow change, all right? But the green and brown remain the same. You have to know that. Can you see that? Can. All right, so all this information, let me try to present in a table form. I think it's a little bit easier. All right, so down here, I will have 3 colors. I will have my green, I will have my brown, and I also have my yellow. And the last column, I have it as a total. So the very, very first information about what? The very, very first information about the green marbles were 40% or 2/5 of the total. So the green have what? 2 units here. And the total will be what? 5 units. That makes the brown 3 units. Is that okay? 2 plus 3 is a 5. The yellow haven't come in yet. So I put a 0 here. Is that okay? Okay. Then the second portion of the clue comes in. They say that yellow were added. How many? I don't know. All right. The number of green now is 26%, the total. Can you see that? Can? So I can see that my green is actually an even number down here. So actually, I can choose to use my 26 over 100. I think it's a little bit easier. So my green, right, I purposely say that it is a 26 parts. All right, out of 100, so the 100 will be here, 100 parts. Is that okay? And I did say something, repeated identity. Remember I say in the beginning, the green, and at the end of the green must be the same number. But at this moment, can you see now? One is a 2 unit, one is a 26 part. How to compare? So what you do? You bring the green to the same level for comparison. All right. So 2 and 26, what do you do? How do you make them to the same number? This 2 unit here, can I just times a 13 to it? Yes. 2 times 13 will give you a what? It will give you a 26 parts. Woo! All right. But remember, if you times 13 for the green down here, the brown also must times 13. Is that okay? All right. You have to be fair. Down here, the 5 also have to times 13, the total. Can? Oh, do you want to times 13 here? you can do so, no problem. All right, it will be 0 anyway. All right, down here will give you a 0 part anyway. 0 times 13 is still 0, right? 3 times 13 will give you a what? It will give you a 39 parts. All right, and the total 5 times 13, 5 times 13, is it a 65? Yes, it's a 65 parts. So now the ratio is fair. You are able to compare them fairly. All right. So what do you see, children? What do you see? Can you see that down here, right? I can also write my 39 parts here because what? Brown and green never change, right? In the beginning, at the end, is still the same. So what is the only thing that has increased? This is the thing that has increased down here. All right. What? It becomes what? Last time, the total is 65 parts. Now, it becomes 100 parts. Increased by what? Increased by 35 parts. Can you see that? Can you also see that 35 plus 39 plus 26 give you 100? Yes. So 35 parts means what? Oh, 35 parts means the addition of the yellow marbles. Is that true? All right. So yellow that is coming in is actually 35 parts added. Is that okay? So what is happening? The question is asking what percentage of the marbles is yellow? All right. So this type of question, you need a what? You need a fraction, something over something times 100%. Correct or not? And question is talking about yellow against the total times 100%. All right. And what's the yellow? Yellow is the 35 parts. 35 parts. And the total here is 100 part times 100%. Press your calculator, it will give you a 35%. So 35% are yellow. All right. So this question, right, is actually found in your booklet A, right? Yeah, so you cannot use much of the calculator. Actually, I didn't use much of my calculator also. Can you see that? Yeah. All right. So actually, you can do this without using your calculator. It is okay. It's not too bad. Can you understand? So usually, if you can, right, if there's a lot of information, remember to use a table, all right, to show those information. It will be very clear. Can? And remember that units and parts are two different things. All right. If units and parts, they are of different level, you must try to adjust one of them to make them the same so that you can compare things easily. Is that okay? And remember the very important thing down here. The brown and green in the beginning is the same as the brown and green at the end. So that is something called repeated identity. That one will not change. Single unchanged in this case. Can? All right. And that's it for this colorful bits question. All right. This is supposed to be question 15, right? I believe in your booklet A. Cool. All right. So I hope that you find this video interesting and you can understand what is happening. All right. If you can, good for you. All right. And learning math is supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be fun. So learn with Bern at 88 Tuition.